Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, been working hard on both the Easter egg hunt as well as the competitions. Alright, so as I said in the last video, it seems like there's a lot of great rewards in the Easter egg hunt, so do make sure you give some priority to that as well as your own competition. And this is of course the last competition of the event, so of course this is something you gotta ponder if you are very near towards the crossing of the next region itself. So a lot of people will be asking, if you are crossing to the next region, should you change those event trains in the new region or in the current region? Of course, my advice to you, if you are like assuming crossing it in the next moment, i.e. within a day or so, then I'll urge you not to exchange for any event trains in the current region, because getting a good train in the new region is sometimes really difficult. And if it's so, then you should actually exchange it only in the new region. Together you should bring across, assuming 3000 those keys, in order for you to have a good number of trains at a head start in the new region altogether. Besides that, this event, if you've already gotten your legendary train with those 1000 event coins, you should use those remaining coins to exchange for gold, and that will be very good for you to serve in a new region itself. Alright, so if you're like me, currently 283, and of course quite about 17 levels away from the next region at 300, then of course I could actually only have a choice, which is the only choice is to exchange all the trains in the current region. As much as possible, I'll try to delay leveling up, but sometimes, you know, it's inevitable given the fact that as you progress, you will definitely have those XP tag along with the EPs itself. So for that, I'm planning to bring across at least 3000 events, meta keys actually, and with those event keys I'm planning to exchange another epic train itself, and then eventually with the remaining event coins, as I mentioned earlier, exchange for those gold, which will be able to upgrade the new fleet in the next region. At this juncture, I've stopped upgrading my current region trains itself, so I definitely want to bring them across to the next region. So gold, parts, as well as you got to prepare yourself with lots of battle keys. Alright, so in this Easter egg hunt, you have to set a priority. Normally it takes about 3 trains to deliver the items required for that event of the Easter egg hunt. And meanwhile, if you have other trains, assuming let's say I have 10, 3 I will set aside for the Easter egg hunt, and then 7 I will set aside for the competition itself. So that's it. Quite glad that this last competition, the event seems like quite kind to me. I'm able to retain at top 3, so I'm quite happy with that. Of course, getting first is almost impossible because that guy is really fast, but getting top 3 should be possible, and currently I'm trying to maintain the second spot. There'll be things that you got to focus on, because you got to know that at this last stage of the event, getting those bonus may be a bit tough. So you may want to focus on those that you really can do, so that you eventually you'll get those bonuses itself. Like for example, this washing machine for me is possible. So with that, I wanted to get an additional bonus of 97 EP, because that would allow me to propel myself up to a good rank itself. So this is the measurement that you're going to do. If let's say, assuming you do not have a single washing machine, then it's almost impossible for you to complete that additional bonus EP itself. Okay, so by joining sometimes early part of the competition may not be totally bad thing. Of course, I do urge you to start late, but not too late. So try to start within that 12 hours mark. This event itself, I think I start around within that 12 hours mark as well. So with that, so far I'll see this quite empty, i.e. my competition group is quite empty. About half of them are not here yet. This could be a good sign, I don't know, because if the later part of people are just coming in with 0, That means that they are not bothered and they are all focused on the Easter egg hunt. This is the first time I've seen a double event happening. So I don't know, is it because of the timing issue? That's why they got to put in this Easter egg hunt together, because if otherwise it doesn't have a meaning at all. Imagine having an Easter egg hunt after Easter itself. Alright, so I think that's something that the developer could have planned better, i.e. by shortening the current event, or if not, then we are faced with this double event. And I'll say that all depends on how people react to it. Some people may be given up on this event. It may not be a totally bad idea because they have something to look forward to. Because some people, after probably round 2 or so, they will have stopped playing the event altogether because they already obtained probably their own target of legendary train and whatnot, and then they will just stop playing. And there'll be another group who actually stop playing, will be those who given up because they don't see any point in fighting this endless or mindless competition itself, where we're meeting really tough competitors. Normally these are the people who actually start on time. So I urge you not to do that. Always try to start like assuming 8 to 10 hours late. Try not to exceed too much, if especially those 2 days events. If you exceed 12 hours, you may disqualify, given the fact that they'll need 36 hours, if I'm not wrong, 36 hours counting from the end of the event competition to the latest time you can join. So that is the cutoff. Alright, so Easter egg hunt has a container. That is something that I think we are all curious about. What would be the train in that container? So far so good, maintaining on the second spot, but of course the guy on third seems to be too close for comfort, and of course the guy in the first seems too far out of reach. So I'm trying my best just to maintain at the second spot, and if not, I think the worst outcome will be third. So far it's still the early part of the last competition. We still got a day plus, or almost near to 2 days. So it continues hard work. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to maintain at this. So the items we really got to create, a lot of those are really the containers, and of course the circuit board. So these are the things that you got to keep on making. But bearing in mind, at the end of the competition, there will be so-called another 48 hours. And once you have completed the remaining jobs in the last 48 hours, you can easily just dump away all these event items because you'll be no longer in use and they are eating up your warehouse spacing. So what you could do is really, once you completed the 3 jobs, the last 3 jobs, and there's no more jobs to be generated, clear your warehouse of those event items and then concentrate in leveling up the buildings by increasing population, and then increase your warehouse spacing, because those are the things that you will not gain XP, so as to prevent you leveling up too fast. So that's one thing that I may want to do. At the same time, there will be definitely mini events in between major events. I'm thinking whether should I continue to do the mini events for parts or gold, or should I just focus on building my population upgrades, because otherwise crossing a new region, I know it'll just get difficult, more and more difficult actually. In fact, that based on experience, any region after region 3 seems to be quite expensive to upgrade your trains. So this is really tough, and with the current banding of people together in competitions, like for example, always see people around the 200 plus level has been together with me. So if moving forward, if I cross to 300, there may be a risk that we band together with the very high level 300. That may be a concern, because based on my population and my warehouse is just too small for such high level. This is really a disadvantage for me, but as I said, there's no turning back in terms of leveling up. So a lot of people will be asking whether how should they level up. My answer to them is always do not level up that fast. Build the population first, because that's the priority in this game. It's really unlike many other games. Foundation is something you gotta build, otherwise you'll suffer the effect later on, and there's no saving grace for that. Alright, so I'm coming towards the end of this video already. I'll continue to work hard. Of course, priority will be given for the Easter egg hunt and then the competition. So hopefully we'll achieve both good outcome. So I really wish you good luck in this last one. If you are really wanting to exchange for the legendary, this will be your last chance. Alright, thank you for watching and continued support. See you in the next video. Goodbye.